There really wasn't sort of celebrities, like it wasn't, obviously you had the royals and so forth, but you were sharing with me a little bit about how celebrities, and I think the same is true in the US, how all of a sudden celebrities became the big deal. And as we talk about as well, as certainly in the US, and I'm sure you've experienced it here, it was that moment when, Vogue and Vanity Fair and everybody started moving away from all the models on the cover and moving celebrities on the cover. And I think the internet became a really big part of creating new celebrities, reality TV. What would you say at that time that you were just starting to begin sort of that whole celebrity business, that idea of celebrities at the time?
I think a lot of the press, they began to ask not what do you do, but who do you do? And I think the more they started to ask us that, the more we thought, hey, this is all beginning to change. And then there was celebrity chefs and celebrity gardeners and celebrity God knows what else on the TV.
Yeah,
in England, wasn't there at that point?
On the back of that phenomena, really.
And sort of on the beginning, at the beginning of it.
There was this magazine called Hello Magazine, Hola, which was
came from Spain originally,
and we used to see it, or Parry Match, I can remember sometimes we used to see it. And then
Match.
suddenly Hello was born in London, and everybody was buying it, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then we had a lot of makeover shows, a lot of hair makeover shows, cooking shows where people, we didn't have a couple of famous cooks over the years were just women, sort of almost like housewife, like
your
American.
Martha Stewart, is it?
Yeah, or like ours is Delia Smith, and all of a sudden you suddenly got Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver and all these sort of famous chefs. And then our first big celebrity hairdresser, who really started coming to the fore, was Nikki Clark, of course, who incidentally is again from that Leonard tree.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting in the States is sometimes it's backwards. Sometimes the person became a celebrity hairdresser and then they have to back into trying to create a great salon. It doesn't always work that way.
Right.
So
I would say it very often doesn't.
Yeah, it very often doesn't.
We've had the same thing in this country as well.
And because they're writing off of TV, and or whatever it may be, and then or some major celebrity that they're doing.
Exactly.
But they don't necessarily have a salon that they're backing, and then sometimes I think working with celebrities or working on photo shoots, you can't be in your salon as often as well. So you have to have a really committed staff that can manage when you're not around.
I think you can't have, it's a saying of his that I love, but you can't have things built on sand.
Yeah.
The foundations have to be really strong. So I think for us, we'd spent 5 years getting all that done. The infrastructure was in, the customer care was in, the whole, everything was being done right. And then we thought, okay, now what can we do with our brand now? And we just met her and it evolved.
Question, how did you keep the celebrities? I mean, what was it about, because I don't know whether, again, how restaurants are, they're in today, they're out tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, so how did you keep it and how did you grow it?
There's always a few that have been in for 25 years, and we have ones over here, one called the Caprice, which is always in.
I always say, I think at this stage, I really want to reiterate to us, the most important thing is the 98% of our normal working paying clients that come in every day and put their bums on our seats. The celebrities are really just the icing on the cake. They are the very thing that have got us the publicity, which in turn brings in those clients.
But I think the fact that we concentrate on the 98% keeps the other 2%, because I think they know, I think they can very much sense if something's a flash in the pan, or and they don't like that either. And I think you also have to know how to deal with the whole thing, which Richard does. He knows what to say, what to do. He's very charming, he's very discreet.
I'd love to say we've held on to them because we do amazing hair that nobody else can do. That's not true. There are plenty of other hairdressers that can do these celebrities just as well as we do. And some of those celebrities go elsewhere. Of course they do. But we do have an amazing celebrity client list. And I think it's all about the rest of our team, how we deal with them, that they do, that they feel comfortable. They can feel comfortable. Again, it's the consistency and having those stuff. Of course we've lost some along the way, but then we gain them as as well. And I think we have an ethos as well, which we absolutely strongly stick by, and we say it to all of our stylists who some of them start getting busy with celebrities. And the most important thing is to realise they are never, ever your friends.
Oh my gosh, that's so true,
We are giving a service, and even Helen and I, you know, we're not out and about with them the whole time.
We would
Absolutely
never socialise.
We might be very lucky that we might get invited to a few things at times, but I can tell you, we always keep them at arm's length, and I can tell you, if you do that, you will win.
So I know in the salon that you've shared with us that that celebrities sit right next to the rest of your clients.
Yeah, we don't
True?
have
Yeah, we don't have
We don't have any VIP rooms or anything. How do you handle, or do you find that a lot of your clients are starstruck by somebody sitting next to them?
Quite honestly, if you get serious A-listers, more often than not you have to go to their house, or you have to go to their home anyway.
Yeah.
If they're having colour or that kind of thing. So really it's only the serious A-listers, but what you've got to remember is there's a hell of a lot of celebrities who maybe aren't, say, iconic status, that actually quite like to be seen. And, you know, and for us, it's wonderful because our clients, it's like going to a restaurant. I mean, I don't know if you don't have, we were skiing the other week in Courchevel. And I don't think in America you know who Take That are, do you? Well, Take That's a
Huge British boy band.
Huge British boy band.
Not boys anymore, they're old men.
Exactly. And Robbie Williams, you haven't heard of him?
Oh no, I actually met him.
Well,
I
Okay.
met him in Notting Hill.
Right.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest
Well, Robbie's
thing.
part of Take That. But what I'm saying is, you know, even for us, it was lovely to come away from that restaurant saying, oh my God, you know, Take That there. And I've met them on a couple of occasions. And, you know, everybody likes to go somewhere where they've seen somebody and to say they've seen somebody. And it just works. And I don't know whether it's because we don't, our clientele are sort of a bit more subtle than just to sort of be taking pictures and stuff.
There's this whole English sort of thing of just being a bit reserved and not ever. I mean, we walked past Take That. I said, oh, hello. I can't remember what I said, something about, oh, it's a nice day today, isn't it? You know, you would never say, oh my God, you're so-and-so, and oh my God, can I have your autograph? Just never, ever. It'd be like, let's talk about something like the food in the restaurant.
What's the difference between celebrities versus, you know, whether it's royalty, aristocrats, whatever? Do you find royalty being a lot more conservative, a lot safer in their looks? Can you kind of share maybe the differences between the two?
Oh, I think royalty. I think there is a huge difference. I think the royalty are definitely a lot safer because they have to be, and also there has to be a lot of thought because they have to go to so many different things. Their hair has often to be set in different ways, and sometimes you're involving tiaras and things like that. Yeah, I mean the key is, especially with the younger royals, is to try and give them something modern at the same time. But listen, I'm not even sure as celebrities necessarily keep changing their hair that much because I say it's a very insecure world. I mean, there's one thing being Lady Gaga. If you look at Jennifer Aniston, you know, who was supposed to be, I mean, even in this country, I mean, I can tell you, we all made a lot of money, us hairdressers, when she had that Rachel cut. That came over here and that was probably the biggest
And
news
let me
that's
tell you,
ever hit
it's
this
color in
country.
the US. She's #1 for hairdressers in terms of their clients asking for her color.
For her colour,
Yeah,
yeah,
number one.
absolutely. Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
right now.
But at the end of the day, for a long time, as far as I can remember, her hair's been pretty much the same
It
way.
has.
You know,
Yeah, it
and she
has.
doesn't keep changing it.
It has.
I wouldn't say, the younger, you know, the pop stars, the younger ones, you know, they're changing it. But the real established, you know, do you see Nicole Kidman keep changing her hair all the time? You know, I think Liz Hurley is another one of our
And would you
clients.
say that your salon, is there a certain type of hair that you're known for in the salon or across the board?
I think we're known for wearable couture
Beautiful.
hair.
Okay.
Wearable couture hair.
My
That's our brand.
Yeah, my ethos is, for me as a hairdresser, what turns me on is making women look as beautiful as I possibly can. That is what we strive to do.